Hi, my name is Jeanette, and this is my culturally responsive library project. What I noticed about the books in the library in my classroom is the majority of the books are, the main characters are like animals, there's Pete the cat, and there's this book, The Crayons. Um, Brown Bear, Brown Bear. This one is All Are Welcome. This one was a good one. Pete the Cat. And We're Going on a Bear Hunt. I just noticed all the places you'll go. How to Catch the Easter Bunny. If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. Most of my books in the library are look, Peekaboo Valentine, Fox and Socks. It's just very animal, like the main characters are animals. And I even have one called How Do Dinosaurs Count to 10? It's just all animal based. And I see why my kids in the class are so obsessed with our books, and it's because all of the books are animal based, like ocean animals and How Did Dinosaurs Count to 10? So I was disappointed in the selection of books in my library, only because it's on animals. There were very few books about culture. I think I found maybe one book or two about a Hispanic character. Like Quinto's Neighborhood, which was not animal based, but still just one book, Spanish, and I think I found maybe one or two for that was Latin or Hispanic based. I also found this book, which was another book on a different culture. Yeah, there's not a lot of books in my library about cultures, like different cultures. I was able to find this one also. Hold on, let me just. Okay, anyway. And the little girls in my classroom like this book because they say that the little girl looks like them, which I love. There's also Ruby's Baby Brother. What I also noticed, there was also The Colors of Us, which is also another good one, right? But not a lot of books about different cultures or anything like that. Like I said, most of my books are like animal based, like the main characters are animals. Like my kids are currently obsessed with Pete the cat, which I think is okay because teaching them about the colors red and blue, like the colors that Pete the cat, his shoes turn into the colors. But I wish the books in my library, I wish there were more books about different careers. Also, I wish there was also more books about different cultures. Like, yes, African American and Hispanic and Arabic and, all these other different cultures, because I would like for my kids to learn about all these other things. Not just have them read books about animals, have the main characters be animals. I also wish there was more female characters and books with the characters where they have different careers. I think I found one in my library, or maybe two, where it showed the people having a career. Like, let's meet a construction worker. Sorry, I don't know. I think it might be too bright in here in my room. But yeah, let's meet a construction worker. And I think I found another one where it was about a postal worker. And I think that was about it in my room, about careers. So if I had books about careers, I think that would be great, because I just want my kids to see, oh, here it is. The postal worker. There's the postal worker. So I just wish my library had more books with people, not just like Pete the Cat and How to Catch an Easter Bunny, because these are all main character books with animals as the main characters. So that's where I would want to see a change, is more books with females, more books with characters who have different types of careers, like a doctor, the typical doctor, lawyer, or like I have here, the postal worker, or the construction worker, or even a teacher. I think it would be great if I had a book in my class for teachers, because I have kids who love to act like they're teachers. They love to act like they're my teacher, and they'll sit there and ask me, what's this color? What's this number? And so I would love to see that. As far as my students in my classroom, you'll be surprised when I did the tally. As far as my books, I had 13 books who had female characters. A non-binary, none. Four books who had female main characters. I think people will be surprised when they see that in my classroom, how many students in my classroom are female. They'll be surprised to see that I only have 4 females in my classroom and 12 males. So yeah, it was shocking when I was doing this. I have 11 who are African American. I don't have any Asian students. I have 3 Hispanic, no Native, 0 are white, and 0 Middle Eastern. But when I did the number of how many boys and how many girls, it was just like, oh my gosh. And this is why the boys are more interested in these books than the girls. The girls, when they see books that have characters who look like them, I love to see their reaction, and I love to see them say, oh my gosh, she looks just like me. I wish I had books who would give my female students, my little girls, confidence. And I would love for them to see that it's okay to not look like everybody else, and for them to see that they have beautiful hair.